Good evening. Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm about to give a really unpopular opinion, and I'm sure it's going to be especially unpopular amongst women.
I'm Gray Mars. Break a record by being with 100 men in one day. And right after she was done, she recorded a documentary.
I'm a vegan weed. Call yourself fresh and wear the same weak ass turtleneck on every show. Goddamn. Then we got goddamn the Sudanese Sambo. Bruh, man.
And I'm Enzo.
Bringing up in my lives is they're like, oh well, he's violating the Constitution by having a meme coin and him making money off it in office and everything like that. I was like, if that was the case, like there would be lawsuits up the ass and impeachment in court.
I'm skeptic. Like I always say, don't let anybody trample on your constitutional rights.
I'm Mia. That's not a correct power dynamic in my mind. Typically, the people that are trying to be removed are not in control. That's why they're easily being removed.
Yo, that was fire.
Yeah.
I like that, though. I like that.
The person that's dealt with some people in the industry, I can personally tell you, most of them are bullshit. Most of them got something going on and they crazy, and they will have you. I'm talking about they'll have you crazy.
Yeah, you look professional, bro. You look real professional.
Switch happened. Come on, man. You gotta acknowledge this. This is the problem that I have with elders like you, because you fail to acknowledge that this stuff has happened. We down.
And that mean I'm doing my job.
Hey.
If we sit there and be old school, we gonna miss the boat. You know, a lot of this kids 19 years old buying houses with Bitcoin, buying Maserati.
Wow.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
It's gonna come out how it come out. You feel me? Yo, none of this is rehearsed. Everything is off the top.
Vulgar. Welcome to the man cave.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the man cave. We in the middle of the week. I think a bunch of y'all just got y'all food stamps, y'all SNAP benefits that's about to get cut once this big, beautiful bill pass. So enjoy it. Enjoy whatever y'all snacks and orange soda y'all bought. All right, I'm Vulgar.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Enzo.
What's up? I'm Doc.
All right. And we should have King J coming in here late. All right. So y'all know I got to do videos now. I'm on the AI thing, but I found one video I think is the video of the week. So I'm going to start off with that. Here we go.
I'm scared to see what this is.
The outcome.
Absolutely. I think the American justice system is the greatest in the world. Proud to be an American. Hi, Mom.
Idolater, your soul is required in hell.
All right, I just had to get that out of my system. Thought that was the best thing for Diddy.
You think he go get deleted? That's what you think gonna happen?
Nah, it's just, you know how he got off with it, so he was just talking shit like he liked the justice system. But Diddy beat the feds. Was it?
Did he beat him though?
Huh? To me, he did.
You count that as a win?
Yeah, I count that from life down to possibly 5 years.
If shit, if you feel like you innocent,
but he don't have no record, so they gonna take that into account. I think they're gonna work something out.
He don't have no record, and I think they probably run, the sentences concurrent rather than consecutive.
Yeah. But we gonna get deeper into that. But y'all know we always gotta cover
Who you think worse, Diddy or Nino?
Probably Diddy.
No,
yeah, he's on some gay shit.
Nino way worse.
Nino had the Carter, bro.
Yeah.
Nino had the Carter. Nino had
know,
Pookie and them boys, and they going crazy.
Nah, Diddy was looking forward to the Punisher's fluid, so I'm gonna have to say Diddy was the worst. Yeah. So.
I still think he got something to do with Biggie and Tupac. That's all I'm gonna say. That's why I don't like Diddy. It'll come out one day.
All right, let me jump off into the first subject. Like I said, we got to get politics and Negro news out the way. We got some real Negro news today. I can't wait to hear your opinion on this. But I found this video that the big beautiful bill has been going through everybody's hands, Senate, House, back to the House, everything. So been a lot of changes, and I found this video that kind of covers the changes. I'm gonna play that and then get your opinion. Hopefully King J get in here soon.
Officially passed, and there have been a couple changes since it's gone to the Senate floor. So let's get into it. Debt impact, it's estimated to now cost $4 trillion over the next decade. Its estimate is 3.5 to 4.5, so I went with 4. And it also is going to raise the debt ceiling $5 trillion. Now, for tips and overtime, overtime is going to get $12,500 tax-free, deductible from their tax, if they have an income equal to or less than $160,000, and for tips, it's $25,000 tax-free for incomes equal to or under $160,000. And for overtime, if you're married, that doubles, so it's $25,000. Next up is taxes. It raises the state and local tax cap from $10,000 to $40,000, allowing you to write off more on your federal income tax if you pay more state tax. So the more state tax you pay, the less federal income tax you pay. There's also now a senior discount for everybody over the age of 65. They just automatically get $6,000 off of their taxes because they're the ones that need it. Defense adds $150 billion for various reasons. The biggest cost being the Golden Dome, so missile and drone defense. And then also an additional $350 billion for border control and immigration infrastructure, deportations, and also allowing immigrants to come in through quicker, streamlining the process, etc. The biggest change, I think, is probably healthcare. General, stricter eligibility for people. The biggest one being for people who have a kid that's 14 years or older now need to work at least 80 hours a month to qualify for Medicaid. Adds $25 billion to the Rural Health Support Fund. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's if you're affected by that. And then it's estimated that 10.9 million people will lose coverage from Medicaid over the next 10 years. That to me sounds pretty soundbitey. I would like to look into that and make sure what exactly is going to cause people to lose coverage. I'll have to get further into that. Next up is it removes funding for federal gender-affirming care and abortion services and reduces the general budget of the healthcare area by $70 to $100 billion a year, which is about 10 to 15% of its budget. And then last but not least, we have energy, which involves the complete repeal of EV and green tax credits. However, they're going to be boosting nuclear incentives and expanding fossil fuel development. So this is the big, beautiful bill right now.
All right. I know we had to have class, boring educational part. It was hard to find a video that was straightforward and not biased for each side. Oh, King J, Gray said he gonna start fining people for being late.
It's a busy week, man. It's a busy week. I'm getting ready to leave in a couple more days. I'm out after this. This is my last episode until I get back.
Oh,
I don't think you knew that. You going for like 2 weeks, right?
Nah, I'll be gone for a whole month and some change.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. Get your Wi-Fi and join us, man.
Nah. Keep Don't catch me talking like that.
Get that bread. All right, I'll let Gray, you want to start?
Yeah, so the big beautiful bill, a lot of people are upset about it. Independents, Republicans, and it's like everything that guy said in the video, the Medicaid, that's going to add a lot of trillions to the debt. And Elon Musk basically came out and said that if it's the last thing he does, he's going to primary Republicans who voted for the bill because he feels like he's going to lose a bunch of jobs. So, yeah, Trump is getting a lot of flack for this bill, and we aren't seeing, like, the benefits that he put in there.
Cool. King J, you been up on it?
I read a little bit of it. I will say this about the big beautiful bill from what I read. You know, for the people that didn't vote for this, you know, unfortunately, this is the outcome of what we got going on. Hopefully, some things will change before the president signs it. But you know, if you voted for this and your shit get cut off, that's what you get. Can't wait. I'm gonna set up right in front of motherfuckers' houses when them SNAP benefits go off and cook steak.
Hey, they need to get their ass out there and work anyway. I don't see nothing wrong with it. So what would you like to be cut out the bill?
My biggest thing is the healthcare part. I think there's a better way to dissect who gets to stay on and who doesn't. We know most of the recipients of Medicaid are children, so that does concern me heavily.
Mm-hmm. All right, Enzo, then we'll go to Doc.
So, I mean, I would prefer single issue bills at the end of the day. That's my main thing with it. I mean, I agree with a lot that's in it. When it comes down to the Medicare part, like, I don't agree that the federal government should be funding abortions or anything having to do with transgender and anything like that, like putting kids on hormones or anything like that. If you want to do that, you should come out of pocket for that at the end of the day. I don't think the government and taxpayers should have to pay for your decisions at the end of the day because of that. That's just my wholehearted opinion on it. So I'm kind of happy that's in there. When it comes down to the Medicaid cuts and upping the work requirements for SNAP and everything like that, I think it's absolutely great. For certain reasons, I mean, look at the last couple of days where 300 people were prosecuted or arrested for Medicaid fraud. I mean, there is valid reasons to do this. I mean, yeah, like, I'll agree with you, King J. For the people that voted against, that voted for it, that are on these programs, I mean, you're stupid as shit. You're voting against your own interest at the end of the day. I'll agree with you there. But for the people that have children above the age of 14 or under the age of 14 that can't work 80 hours a month, or even volunteer 80 hours a month, what are you really doing at the end of the day? Like, why can't you volunteer at work to get those benefits? Those benefits are so needed. Go out and get them at the end of the day. So, I mean, I got to look more into a little bit more of it, but that's my understanding on the whole Medicare side of it so far.
Yeah, I heard the Dems are being petty and made them read the whole 900 and something pages out loud.
Mm-hmm. Good old Chuck.
Doc.
I think my biggest problem with this is it's like a big soup sandwich. It's thrown together, and what he's trying to do is he's trying to sprinkle some sugar on top of some of these things that work out for everyday working people, and try to slide those through there to get people to accept it. Oh, if I work overtime, which a lot of people work hard, the hard working people are gonna feel that I get a tax break. What he's not gonna say is then you're funding all of these deportation camps and stuff like that. And I don't have a problem with, I do have a problem with the American people funding them, only because Trump came out and gave us these speeches about how Mexico would fund the border wall and how, you know, his first promises that we ever heard from him is how he would get other people to fund these things. And now I've seen that he's passed this buck on to the American people. And that's kind of my problem, because I feel like people who don't work just aren't going to work. People who don't have it just ain't going to have it. They're going to find somebody's sofa to go be on. So the people who do work are going to end up paying for these things and paying more for them. And that's my problem, because it's not all bad and it's not all good. So I can't say that. It's just he's tried to throw so much stuff in there to get people to be like, yo, it's something I could feel like, all right, I'm going to get a tax break on this. I'm going to get a tax cut on this. He's giving people that and said, but hey, I want you to accept all of these other things that I want to do, all these other trillions of dollars I want to add to the deficit, when they typically run on the premise that they're going to lower the deficit and make it, easy on the American people. And that's my only problem with it, is that he kind of promised us that he would get these other people to pay for these things, and it seemed like the working people are going to pay for it.
So, okay, to rebut that a little bit, make it interesting. Okay, yeah, you're saying that he wanted other people to pay for these things. That is part of the overall plan, like what he's doing with the tariffs with the other countries, where he's trying to make the trade even. So what people they only point out a half truth. Yeah, the bill is $4 billion, $5 trillion. But the stuff that he's doing with trade and our GDP of what we bring in could offset that. I can't give you the exact numbers, but as an overall, that's what he's trying to do. That's what I hate that the media doesn't give. They don't say, you know what, this is $4 or $5 trillion, and at least give him his plan to cover that is to make trade better to where we're bringing in more revenue. Hence the external revenue service that he's trying to do. I can't stand that they don't do that. So that would be the offset if his plan were to work out. Nothing's guaranteed. But when you say, like he said, Mexico is going to pay and all these other countries, yes, through trade, through better trade deals. So just to not make it seem like it's this expensive bill that we're just going to pay out for, that he do have plans to cover that.
My only rebut to that would be, this is what would be year 5 for him. This is going to 4.5 years. He had it before. He had a 4-year break, and this would be going back into, this would be his 5th year. He hasn't gotten anybody to pay for anything. And that would be my only thing. I mean, he just hasn't. And if you say COVID was hard and he navigated COVID and that kind of was a hard time for him to get that done, I give you that, because that was something nobody ever had to do. And he did go through something no one else had to navigate at that time, but he hasn't gotten anybody to pay for anything.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, imagine you trying to build a house. You get 4 years. You get one level done. It's supposed to be 3. And then somebody comes in and just knock it down, say, oh, I don't like this shit. And then you get it back. Now you got to start over building again. So that's what it's like. You could say, yeah, he was in before, but a lot of this stuff he has to restart and reset.
Yeah, but this is like, imagine you going to build a house, but he tell you, don't worry about it, Volker. We're going to have these motherfuckers build a house for us. You know what I'm saying? And then you get here 5 years later, there ain't no house.
All I care is that the house built. Like I said, I take Trump as a shit talker. I believe he does what he's supposed to do, but it's not going to come out like he say on TV. Like, the dude is very simple in his English. Like, he speaks in simple terms, so you can't take him at face value. You have to understand a lot of it is like parables and little shit. He just talks shit. So so far he has done a lot of what he said he was going to do, and a lot of it has been working out. So at this point, we just have to see if it's going to work. But I hate how they keep just shooting down this. They only give you half the story, which is the bill is worth $4 trillion. Not that what he's doing in trade deals and stuff like that could make up for that, because they're saying this is $4 trillion over 5 to 10 years.
Well, hold on, Doc. I want to show you the jobs report dropped today, and let's see how good it's doing.
Inflation completely diminished from where it was under the reckless spending and the bad policies of the previous incompetent administration. I would remind the Fed chair, and I would remind the entire world, that this is a president who was a businessman first, and he knows what he is doing.
Of course, President Trump is talking about this bill leading to growth in the economy. We are waiting any moment now to get the jobs numbers for the month of May. The expectations call for the ADP numbers to be up 95,000 for the month of June, rather. It's the June jobs data, and we'll, of course, right now seeing the number actually show a decline in jobs, down 33,000.
I mean, if there's a Guinness World Record for fastest change of topic live on air, then Maria Bartiromo may just have won it.
Right now, seeing the number actually show a decline in jobs, down 33,000 on ADP. The bill includes $25 billion for the Golden Dome, the missile defense system. The senator you introduced.
Now, if you're wondering why the president was ever so in a rush to pass his big, beautiful bill through the Senate and now onto the House, a bill that pulls as well as new music from Lara Trump in Brooklyn.
How do Americans feel about the big, beautiful bill?
Yeah, if we're talking about adjectives, how about they think it's awful, they think it's horrible, and to quote our colleague Charles Barkley, terrible, terrible, terrible. What are we talking about here? Well, let's take a look at the net favorable rating on the big, beautiful bill. I don't just got one poll for you, Omar. I got 5 of them, and the net favorable rating, minus 19 points, Washington Post, minus 20 points, Pew Research Center, Fox, minus 21, Quinnipiac University, minus 26, KFF, minus 29. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to know that when the net favorable rating of your bill is somewhere between minus 19 and minus 29 points, that it is not a positive bill as viewed by the American public. The American public at this particular point hate the big, beautiful bill. As far as they're concerned, it's not a big, beautiful bill. It's a big, bad bill.
But when you see the latest jobs report, maybe he had inside track and wanted to distract from it.
It was pretty good because it was my economy.
Oh, man. So do I have to get the other half of the story? But go ahead.
No. So, I mean, like, he's lost 33,000 jobs. So, I mean, do you feel like just the rhetoric is working, or you feel like it's still some kind of plan?
I mean, okay, 33,000 jobs lost. Do that include deportations?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. They only give you half the story. If we're deporting a mass number of people, of course it's going to show job losses, right? Until things reset itself, until some of the people who need jobs, who are asking for SNAP benefits, go take those jobs. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it does.
They only give you half the story.
It does. It does include deportations. I just looked at it.
So I mean, if you're deporting people that fast, that should happen. But we ignore that inflation's coming down.
I think the problem with the rhetoric though is that the rhetoric has caused people to fight Trump tooth and nail about everything he does, which we've never really seen like to this level. I'll probably give him that. We've never seen it to this level. He's a victim of his own not being able to shut up and just go do his job. So that's caused people to fight him, even some of his own people, which goes back to my problem with the big beautiful bill. He said is because I don't know if he'll see the fruits of his labor come to fruition with the timetable it gets versus the time he'll have in office to push and try to make these plans. So he's making a 5 to 10 year plan, and I don't think he'll be able to put everything in place he needs to put in place in order to see that come to fruition and he benefit the American people at all. And part of that is because people want to fight him because of how he talks.
Let me ask y'all something, and I've been meaning to bring this up, and I think it's good having King J here for this. Do y'all know about the I can't think of that last name, the Smith-Mundt Act amendment that Obama removed?
No.
That basically it's supposed to, Obama removed this, and it's a law preventing the government propaganda in news in the U.S. So it used to be like before 2012, 2013, you really couldn't, it really had to be like news, like it had to be factual in a sense. You couldn't.
What's the name of that?
It's the Smith, the last name is spelled M-U-N-D-T, Act Amendment. And it was put out in 1948. It was during World War II, basically to prevent the U.S. from spreading propaganda to the American people. Like they could do it to other countries. Like the news outlets could do the stuff to other countries, but in the U.S., a lot of the news had to be factual, or you could be fined for it.
I think they still have to say, like, if it's an opinion, like they say, okay, this is regular news, and it's like a mainstream media, not like Fox News will say,
oh yeah, the mainstream, not social media, but the mainstream.
Like Fox News will be like, okay, Tucker Carlson is opinion, but Brett Barr is like factual news. So it's like it's opinion or factual. I feel like they have.
Yeah,
and I think that came up because of how widespread propaganda was used in World War II.
Yeah.
Propaganda was used to fuel the World War II. So I think that was just something that was put in place to kind of make people be held accountable for the information they disseminated to the people.
Yeah, and I noticed like after that, it's just both sides just like really go crazy with the news. Like neither outlet is like credible.
I just wanted to say something really quick. So I know what you're talking about. Informational Educational Exchange Act 1948, known as the Smith MUNDT Act, was passed by Congress and signed into law by President Harry S. Truman January 27, 1948, named after one of the bill's supporters, Republican South Dakota, blah, blah. A post being shared on X claims that the act was repealed by President Obama in 2012. However, this is misleading. President Obama signed the Smith Modernization Act, which amended the bill. The 1948 bill allowed American access to programs intended for foreigners. The act was signed with amendments along with the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2012. The act regulated what the State Department was allowed to broadcast to foreign audiences and also banned dissemination of content produced by them on domestic soil.
Yeah. Yep. So do y'all, well, I figured y'all would know more than me about it. I wanted to ask, do y'all feel like has this led to a lot of the propaganda that's out now?
No, because he didn't. So when we talk about appealing or repealing an act, he didn't repeal the act itself. All he did was add amendments to it. So it never changed what the law originally stated.
I think what made everything the way it is people want to shock people. Trump didn't invent this, but people more care about, like, remember Trump always be like the ratings, because like even the news people love Trump because if they talk about him, you go get a lot of good ratings.
Yep.
So it's just like it's kind of more like shock content, like whether it's politics, whether it's entertainment. So I feel like that's the problem.
Yeah.
So I feel like Trump the problem. He started this shit. He started it. When we talk about fake news, he's the first one coming up claiming everything's fake news. So now you got all this shit coming around now. The first thing everybody say when they don't want to hear something is fake news. It's fake news. So you don't know what propaganda is because of this fake news narrative that he's painted. It's absolutely ridiculous.
This is gonna sound foreign as hell, but King, I agree with you on that. I ain't gonna lie about that, bro. I can't, because I mean, listen, I hear from the left, like, oh, when I bring up something, oh, that's fake news, that's not real. Like, I hear it on both sides, so I agree with you, bro.
Yeah,
I definitely give him props for that because he started that, and he definitely,
100%.
definitely can hear it on both sides.
This is what I say about Trump all day long. He made being the president into a reality TV show, and I hate it. And I love it all at the same time. But I look at this two ways. Let's say this was any other president and we had technology like they did then too. I can see maybe the same thing, but not to the level of Trump. He just put it over the top. Because even when Biden came in, it was like reality TV. Like it didn't change. So I blame him 100% too. But I think it's great at the same time too. Because you actually see what's going on in the government instead of them just telling you what's going on.
That's what I was gonna say. You got so much access because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Damn right, he posts everything on social media right before he do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only politician first to start doing that. Yeah.
You know what? It's like Obama was the first one to use it in the campaign, and then Trump just said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
This is what happened.
Somebody ran Obama's social media though. Trump ran that thing himself.
Yeah,
I don't know about that though. Come on, he's 70-something years old. You really think he could sit there the entire time and type out these paragraphs in like a fucking 2-minute period? No.
No, when you see
don't think so.
Nah, he got ChatGPT trained to his liking. That's what it is. He got.
It's either that or he got like an earpiece and it's like whatever he says is just being typed down. Or he's got some Gen Z fucking assistant that's literally just listening to everything, every single thing he says and putting it in capital words. So Trump's fucking, so it looks like Trump's tweeting. I realistically don't think that he's tweeting all of that himself.
Them one-liners him every time. I swear.
I would love to know, but yeah.
He's probably saying it and somebody's doing it for him, or like I said, he has like an earpiece that's listening and when he's gonna type something and it's going like that. That's what I think it is. Because come on, he's 70-something years old. What 7-year-old man can type as good as that? Like, it's not the best. Like, the grammar's like all over the place. Like, his sentences. What?
Hey, he's sharp. He ain't biting. He's sharp for his age.
That's why
I get that, but I'm saying I don't think he's that tech savvy, is what I'm saying.
For sure.
I mean,
if you're watching right now, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified about our live.
All right, let me hit the next subject. Man, Doc, like you got a crush in here, man.
That's his family. That's his aunt.
Oh, okay. I was saying. Hey, we do our Man Cave Live. He's like Chris Brown, $1,000 per picture.
Right.
Hey, we should do that though. We should have a Man Cave Live and offer pictures for $1,000 like Chris Brown. All right, here we go for the next one.
I'm trying to get like Chris Brown. He $1,000 and they do a whole bunch of other shit after the picture.
All right, let's see which one I want to do. We can hit on the New York mayor right quick. I want to get your opinion.
Oh God,
Lord.
They say we will raise your taxes, and they elect people like this guy in New York. I can't believe that's happening. That's a terrible thing for our country, by the way. He's a communist. We're going to go to a communistic state. That's so bad for New York.
I'm so glad President Trump sees through it and call him a communist. He is a communist.
Young people today are like, oh, isn't this going to be great? Well, it's all going to be fair.
He is a full-fledged communist. I don't know whether the New York voters understand what it means. That seize means of production. That means abolish private property. That means the state will take over businesses, capital, land, and the resources. And that's the place I came from. I shopped in the government-owned grocery store. And what it is like, long line, ration, and empty shelf. And I lived in a government-granted housing. My family of 5 had 1.5 room, and we were lucky because we share bathroom with 4 other families. Others, they have an outhouse. And I grew up in the, and I endured the educational system that required that every day we raise our class consciousness. And what that means is to follow the party line. Capitalism can't guarantee that everyone will be wealthy, but communism can guarantee that we are all poor.
King J.
Hey, deport her ass next.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Hell no.
I haven't really looked into my boy up in New York, but I mean, if we look at the Democratic Party, I mean, historically, our candidates have raised taxes. I mean, that's just how we always been as a party historically. But I don't think he's a communist. I don't think he's a communist. But that's all. I'm gonna do some more research on him first before
I'll give you what's really causing a lot of this. He basically has a plan to have government-run grocery stores. It's essentially the city government. So that's why a lot of people are mad that he's trying, like, that's why they're calling him a communist, because he's not going to influence the economy more so he's going to run it. And that's a big issue. All right, Doc.
I mean,
I don't know him. I haven't looked into this very strongly, but I go to New York often. Great, we done went to New York a bunch of times. New York is probably, yeah, that's probably the most capitalistic society of New York City ever. So if they think one communist could stop it, I love to see them try. Also, the grocery stores in New York are terrible. So if anybody else want to take them over, I applaud them for giving themselves a headache, because it's hard to even find a grocery store in New York, let alone go and use one. They be the size of a corner store down south. So, you know, I hadn't looked into it too much, but I don't think he'll be able to stop the capitalist society of New York. Everything is a hustle in New York. Everybody's moving. Everybody's trying to make money. And I don't think whoever the mayor is would stop that. It would be hard. He'd be hard pressed to try it.
I don't know if y'all could tell me this, but I saw a TikTok where motherfuckers had to pay to get into the store in New York.
I know the bathroom.
Like the Amazon ones?
I don't know. I saw a clip of motherfuckers swiping them debit cards before they went in there to pick up some groceries.
The only ones that I know like that are the Amazon ones. That's the only thing I know like that.
That's crazy. That's diabolical.
I mean, I thought that was cool. They just have your card on file,
overrun.
whatever you pick up, they just charge you for.
Yeah, they'll be too overrun.
That's crazy.
I mean, people just jump turnstiles. That's what they'll do. I mean, they do it for the subway.
Or they jump the turnstile and push the door open for their homies.
Exactly.
Police be standing right there. They don't care.
Oh, they don't give a shit. Like, I don't see nothing, bro. That's the problem with New York. They have to tell you, if you see something, report it. Motherfuckers in there, nah, bro, I didn't see shit. I don't know who that was. Let him do him, bro. I don't know who he is. I see nothing.
They need Charleston White up in New York. Snitch on everything.
Well, he's
Oh my
in
God.
the comments. In the comments, he said the problem that they think is going to happen is once the government runs the grocery store, they're going to lower the prices and drive out competition for, I guess, the mom and pop stores. And then once they have control of the market, they're going to drag the prices up and kind of, you know, have control of a monopoly, I guess, of sorts on that type of system in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, the only problem with a command. I'm sorry, Greg.
Please go ahead, King.
I was saying the only problem that I see with a command economy is that it stifles innovation. When you have an economy that's commanded, when the government's controlling the price, it stops innovation. That is the biggest problem that you have with that.
Man, I'm surprised to hear you say that, but I agree.
What I was saying is this the real reason. Stop voting for people with un-American names. That's why they don't want them in there. But I feel like he's just saying stuff to get elected. Trump's not the only person that exaggerates. I think he's saying all of that, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do all of this stuff. And I guarantee you, if he get elected, like Doc was saying, New York is like a capital, like the number one capital city in America, other than LA.
Maybe one of the world's, in the world.
So I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
The whole thing with New York is it's been on the downhill for the longest time. So, I mean, they need somebody else in there to do something with this, because after Cuomo, you had Adams, and it's just gone to shit under Adams. I'm not going to say this is like a red or blue issue with New York, but I mean, try switching it up. Bring back a Republican. I mean, growing up, I used to go to New York all the time when Giuliani was running that shit. Great. New York City was great. That's all I'll say about it. And then after that, it's just slowly on the decline. I mean, Cuomo really fucked it up. Adams is just expanding on it. I mean, if this guy gets in, I've looked into him. He wants to freeze rent, free city buses, universal childcare, city-owned grocery stores. Only thing I agree with him on is minimum wage with $30 by the 2030. Tax incentive on corporations, individuals earning over $1 million more. People are already fleeing New York just by hearing that this person possibly could get in for that. So, I mean, what's going to happen when the billionaires and millionaires leave New York? Who's going to pay for that? You're going to get your regular citizens stuck with all the bills for universal childcare, the buses, and then you're not going to make money off of apartments anymore because rent freezes. I mean, he's promising a lot of things, but yeah, hopefully he doesn't get in and try to do any of this, because that will screw New York even worse. And even by getting rid of the police and putting social workers out there, what is a social worker going to do when a crackhead has you by the neck? Are they going to say, oh, please let him go? No, I'd rather have a police officer there than a social worker. So, and this is somebody that lives in Jersey too. Like, I go to New York a lot.
I don't think it's going to be easy for them to move, billionaires to move. That's the financial capital of the world. That New York has so much money going through it, don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, but
You'll find that they have the means to do so, though.
Yeah, you got places like Texas waiting.
But New York City is like a
Tax
cult.
breaks and all kind of stuff.
People who love New York City, they love New York City. And you go up there and visit, it is amazing. You can eat whatever you want. But you always think to yourself, bro, I can never let people just live on top of me or live on top of people. The people there love it. They love it. It's like a cult.
And I was gonna say this: like, people move for politics, but like in Florida, prime example, a bunch of people moved from New York and moved from California to Florida, but then they came here and they're like, "Oh, I'm moving for Ron DeSantis, all this," and then they hate it, and then they want to move back, or like the prices of stuff, like because the housing market went up, things got more expensive. So yeah, you might move for politics, but the culture you have to adapt to. I literally went to a restaurant. And they said to New Yorkers, be patient. I'll get your order when I'm ready, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to cut to the next subject. But the only thing that really bothers me about that is I don't like when people go after people's religion. That's the only thing that bothers me. Other than that, I don't think he's a good fit as a mayor, but because New York
like the memes.
It's like the capital of capitalism of the world. So to bring in that type of mindset, I don't think is right. I think they should be figuring out how to get better grocery stores or what incentives. Maybe he should give some type of incentive or bonus if you create a great grocery store in the food deserts. That's what I'd be my suggestion. But who am I, right? All right, on to our Negro news before the main event.
Lord Jesus.
Said, not on my watch. We are not doing this no more. We've had enough. So, if you haven't heard, recently Carnival Cruise has updated their policies, rules, and regulations on their current and future trips. So, let's start off hot. That drinking package, the all you can drink, yeah, gonna get rid of that. Sneaking that liquor in that wine bottle or that Listerine bottle, yeah, cut that out because they checking anything and everything that's a liquid coming on board. They open it up, they make you open it on the spot. No more sneaking no more. No more all you can drinks. They getting tired of it. That little speaker that you was planning on bringing, yeah, don't. They taking any and every speaker that they find. They confiscating. Then you're going to get it back after the cruise. But in the meantime, while you on there will be no outside music other than theirs. Playing rap in the club, it's out of there. They're not doing that no more, all right? They said we causing too much problems. But honestly, I don't really think it's the rap music. I think it's the liquor and the rap music because I've done all I needed to explain. Thinking you about to fight on that cruise ship and head back to your room like nothing happened? Yeah, pack it up. You're getting left at the next port, buddy, old pal. All right? They're not going for that no more. No more fighting. They leave you at any port. If you look suspicious, they might just leave you. Carnival Cruise started to sound like TSA because any laptops, electronics, liquids over 3 ounces, take it out of the bag. Don't bring on here. We taking it all. And when you get on this ship, sit down, shut up, and ride to your destination quietly. When we get there, get off. But when it's time to go, get back on and don't say Nathan. Don't ask for Nathan. In all seriousness, I get it. But at the same time, you got these people stuck on the ship. There ain't nothing to do. We're going to be at a destination in 2 days and you expect me not to get blackout drunk? Right. There ain't nothing to do. So, Carnival, if you going to do this, I get it. But at the same time, you got to give and take. Have a board or plan on people. Ask the people what they want. Okay? You can't just take and not give back. Because if y'all keep this up, y'all going to be looking like the Titanic. That's right. Them sails going to plummet to the bottom of the ocean. Never to be seen again.
Y'all been hearing about this?
Yeah, and I love Carnival Cruise. When I took off the last for my birthday, that's where I was at. Carnival Cruise.
I heard about it.
It's because Carnival Cruise is known as the hood cruise. People go there to party. People go there to have fun. But I don't know if any of y'all been watching Trainwreck on Netflix. Carnival had an episode on there. They had a poop cruise. If y'all want to go check it out, it's on Netflix. So they probably also do a lot of PR control. because they had some bad stuff come out for them as well. So they try to make the brand look better.
Yeah. Doc.
I've seen a lot of black people on that cruise, on Carnival Cruise, and I know a lot of black people take Carnival Cruise, and it's one thing that we do as people. We spend money. Black people spend money. The black dollar is powerful. Carnival Cruise is not the only cruise line. It's not the most affordable cruise line. Other cruise lines are affordable, and if you don't allow them to do it there, Royal Caribbean got a drink package. Royal Caribbean will let you bring your speaker. And black people can and will spend money on the things that they want to spend money on. They'll get up and go to another cruise line. They don't need Carnival Cruise Line. But I'll tell you when I went on it, who was the majority of people on Carnival Cruise Line. So I think they might want to adjust some things, but also keep in mind the base and the people that they're selling and having used their services, because it's a service. And you can go somewhere else and get another one.
King J.
That's how they feel. Fuck Carnival Cruise. Fuck them. I'm gonna remind their asses, don't fuck around and find out and put yourself in the same position as Target. Be out here begging for money. That's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Enzo, you want to be on there with us?
Bro, I love Carnival. Like when I used to go on cruise, that was my favorite cruise line. I'm not gonna lie. So that just pissed me off. Like, what are we supposed to do? Sit there and be quiet? Like you said, fuck no. I'm with y'all. Play the music. I want to get drunk as shit. I don't want to remember the trip there. I just want to remember getting there, getting off, going partying in Atlantis, and then coming back, getting blackout drunk, and then come back to Miami. That's what I want to do. So again, fuck Carnival for that shit.
Yeah, that's usually like what everybody go on Carnival for.
Yeah,
that's what y'all here for.
You know what? I've never been on it because I don't like that crowd. But I've been on Majesty of the Seas and rode past them. Yeah, and it'd be wild. But my thing is, even if they do go to Norwegian or whatever, if it's the same thing, they probably gonna do the same thing. I don't think it's black people. I think it's niggas. I'm sorry. I don't think they're trying to stop black people. They're trying to stop the debauchery. Like if you can go on there, behave yourself, party, not get in fights, terrorize people. That's what I think they're trying to say. But like I said, I was saying Monday, we want to lump everybody together. Not all black people act like that.
I just went on Royal Caribbean 3 weeks ago. I was on Royal Caribbean 3 weeks ago.
Royal Caribbean, yeah.
And it was the same thing. Like it was the same.
You must have changed. It wasn't like that when I went.
Yeah.
I brought a speaker. I'm chilling. I'm
go.
going around listening to music. No complaints. Nobody cared. Nobody said nothing. It was a vibe. I had a good time.
I don't think it's a speaker. I think it's the fighting and all the other stuff. That's me. That's more.
That's like
it's gonna happen anywhere.
Yeah.
If somebody drinks enough, they're gonna get into a fight.
Yeah.
That's like telling Spirit Airlines coming out and saying, "Hey, like we not gonna have hood people on the plane no more." Like you know what your customer base is. You know
they try to. Spirit try to.
Spirit came out and said no more bonnets on the flight.
Oh, they
Spirit
did.
Flight to be no. I'm saying that they did. The Spirit flight to be empty. All right, you know what I mean. So Carnival better get it together.
Now they make you put your carry on in that little cart. If it don't fit, that's how you carry on. Yep. I don't know, man, but I wouldn't want to be on that cruise. Maybe I'm just older or something. I don't know.
Man, I thought they was benefit. I was watching one TikTok. They flooded the whole goddamn room. Whole hallway had water in it. Elevator goddamn water in it. I was like,
that's what I'm telling you. The documentary that just came out. Well, that's probably what you saw.
Did the passengers flooded it?
I don't know, but that bitch was flooded out. That bitch was floating in water.
Hell no. Yep, you right. I'm a grandpa.
Like we were talking about Spirit. So since we're gonna talk about Diddy, Gray, you should have got a flight on Spirit because you probably would have never got no delay to come up here and see Diddy with us.
Exactly.
I've never heard Spirit ever get a delay in my life.
Unless it's a fight.
They're like, oh, it's a storm. We're gonna fly right through that bitch. We don't care.
Right. They always say when you go on Spirit, you risking your life, basically.
Exactly, because you got to give them gas money to even. You got to pay for your ticket. You got to pay for your carry-on. You got to pay the pilot. Then you got to pay gas money. Then you got to pay to get off. Everything and anything you got to pay for.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Even water.
I never had an issue with Spirit. The only thing is
Me either.
Land is a rough. But other than that, because it's a thin ass plane. Other than that, I had no issues during COVID. I was flying everywhere for $20. And sometimes you
that makes it fun.
Free return flight. Mm-hmm. All right. Now for the main event, baby oil.
Lord Jesus.
1, racketeering conspiracy, not guilty. Count 2, not guilty. Count 3, guilty. Count 4, not guilty. Count 5, guilty. So essentially, the jurors found that he was guilty of the Mann Act. That is the transportation to engage in prostitution, but they found him not guilty on sex trafficking, very serious charge there where he could have spent a minimum of 15 years in prison, and not guilty on that racketeering conspiracy, which he could have spent up to life in prison for.
So the judge in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs ordered that bail has been denied and that Combs will be detained until he is sentenced. Let's bring in former Criminal Division Deputy Chief at SDNY, MSNBC legal analyst Christy Greenberg. Christy, are you surprised?
No. Look, the prosecutors made the case and the judge agreed that actually in these circumstances, given what he is convicted of, that detention is mandatory. And yes, there is an exception, but you don't meet that exception by saying what Combs did, which is, look, I'm a father, I'm a son, I really need to get back to my life. Most defendants can say that. And he really couldn't meet what his burden was, which was to demonstrate by clear and convincing evidence that he is not a danger to the community. And remember, the overwhelming evidence that was established at this trial, which was not in dispute by either party, was that he was violent, that he engaged in abuse. Both parties admitted to that, and he did that over years. The other thing that I think must have weighed on the judge is the fact that it's at least one witness, but I believe possibly more than one trial witness, who has opposed Combs's release and saying, look, I feel like there's a threat to my safety here if you let him out. And if, Judge, you are considering letting him out, we would need to be heard on that. And so the judge, I'm sure, took into account the victims and the various witnesses' safety when making this determination.
Yep. So there you have it. To me, he beat it. I know he got a couple. But when they after you gonna have to take something. So who want to go first?
I'll go first since I went over. Diddy was denied bond. They thought he was gonna get bond. I know they saying that it can face up to 10 years, but like we were saying earlier, like it's his first offense, so he has that on his side. 50 Cent, who's Diddy nemesis, was like, Diddy's the gay John Gotti. He beat the federal government.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I was gonna bring that up too.
Yeah.
Be on a short list of people who beat a RICO charge.
Yeah, exactly.
But then again, John Gotti was indicted on another RICO charge a couple years later. So maybe they get some bigger fish, and that's how they started it. That's the video. There was a video that I watched about it. They're like, they don't just drop a RICO charge like that for no reason. Like they probably got hired people up, and they're trying to build a case against everybody at once. So I mean, maybe that's what it really happened.
Doc.
The government has overreached with these RICO acts. The government, the states, they start putting these RICO acts on Diddy, on Young Thug, on all of these guys, and try to put it on these ongoing criminal organizations. I ain't never seen the government put a RICO act on the KKK. I think Diddy's being railroaded. Part of it was that he was going to be a danger to the society and all of this type of stuff. The man is convicted of buying or selling pussy or whatever like that. Buying dick, I guess, for his pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that a danger to society to be out? I just don't get that part on denying him bail. Now it's feeling like they're trying. They failed. They didn't do what they came to do, and now they just trying to drag him and make him look bad in the public eye. Which you don't need no help doing. I mean, he out here, you know what I'm saying, super freaking off or whatever he doing. He don't need no help looking bad in public. But I get that makes the government look bad. You've lost, and now you're whining, you know, that he's still a danger. And, you know, you didn't prove that. You had your chance to prove that. You dropped the arson. You dropped all of these things. You had your chance to prove that he was dangerous. And when you get in there and you fail to do that, I think to come back after and argue why somebody shouldn't be free or why he shouldn't at least get bond, I think that's in bad faith for the U.S. government.
Yeah, I don't think he's a danger either. Maybe a slip hazard, but probably not a danger. King J?
I ain't got no dog in this fight. I say this though. I'm worried about him being violent. When he get out, he damn sure gonna be whipping some ass. You ain't gotta worry about that. He'll be whipping some ass when he come back.
Man, y'all think this set a like a new precedence? Basically, like if y'all, what they say, getting flued out is over.
I think it should set a new precedence for these AUSAs for the government. They go for these cases to make a name for themselves and to make a headline and take down Diddy or take down these guys and with these big names. It's guys out here running. The cartels are running drugs over the border every day. It's a lot of stuff going on in the world that they really should be focused on. And I think them even devoting more attention to this is just a waste of time. Like, they got stuff they should really be focused on. That's the American people's tax dollars at work being wasted.
Yeah, I feel like it was, like I said, I from the beginning I thought it was a butt breaking ritual. He went up against Diageo and they reached out to their big brother and was like, "Hey, make something happen." To me, he's been embarrassed. He's been ruined. Like, he'll never get past. He'll never outlive Baby Oil.
Because if you go look at the court transcript, most of them is just talking about his bedroom, what he likes to do with his sexual proclivity, rather than the laws he broke. They spoke very short about the laws he broke and how he broke them, and more about his sexual proclivity, what he liked to do. What did he like to do and what I like to do, but that's his personal business. You know what I'm saying? And if he crossed the line, yeah, you know, do it. You know, if y'all can charge him with something, charge him. But I think they went too far with the RICO and all that. That was just them trying to, you know, go a little extra at a guy because he had a big name and they wanted to make a name for themselves. I feel.
I think celebrities gonna be scared if they got a fetish. If you were successful, you got a fetish, or you got some cat on the side, you go be like, you remember when Kobe got caught up and they start coming out, we got to sign the contract before y'all do anything.
Yeah,
people gonna be. I think people are gonna be scared that, okay, they did this to Diddy, they might do this to me.
Nah, you just gonna have to get local pussy now. You can't be having them over state lines. That's essentially what he got convicted of.
Did he got enough money to buy a house in every state? I'll go buy a little house in all 48 states.
So that's what I'm saying. If you famous, got money, get local pussy.
He wasn't hitting none though. His girl was getting hit.
Yeah,
so it was like
he didn't even buy no pussy. That's crazy.
Or you got to get it when you taking her over state lines. That's that whole Jack Johnson shit. That's what they got him at. New York, Miami, Cali. So you gonna have to be like Nate Dogg. Have hoes area codes.
You can't go do nothing with them.
I feel you. I mean, we'll see what happened with Diddy. My prediction, I think Diddy will get time served and get out.
I think they're gonna have a bracelet on him.
Oh, you'll get house arrest?
I don't think he's gonna get like total freedom. Like, it's either gonna be some type of supervised probation, or they're gonna have a bracelet on for a while.
Diddy got hundreds of
They
millions,
gonna be
so
watching
that's
him.
the best house arrest ever.
He not gonna be able to do drugs, drink, or buy baby oil. If he buy baby oil, that's gonna break his probation.
You should be able to buy baby oil. Come on, I want my stock to go back up.
Ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn
I've been
way.
saying this in the beginning.
You got that Johnson and
No, I'm
Johnson.
saying as a joke. Hell no, I don't got no money in that. I've been saying that. I was like, that's the only way that I'd be okay with him getting out is raise the price again because that shit gonna go through the roof. The second he's free, he gonna have the freak off of the freak off, and it's gonna be the craziest thing. And they gonna buy up all of the baby oil.
Man, yo, I'm about to go
He
get
do
Johnson
his
and
own
Johnson
crib
stock.
on him. What he do at his own crib is on him. I don't care what he doing with the baby oil. Fuck it. Go ahead and lather up. If that's what you do. That's on you.
I'm gonna play the video Enzo had put in the group chat.
I heard allegedly it was 2 slip and falls in the freak off. Look, slide at your wrist. Slide at your own wrist.
So I have to ask you, did you come with a bottle of Astroglide and baby oil, or did you pick them up afterwards, or how did that take shape?
It was actually gifted to me.
Okay.
It was a gift that keeps on giving. Okay. Never even seen this thing.
Okay.
It's the first thing. Right. But when I touched it, I seen the power that it had.
I was trying to find the one where they pouring the baby oil.
Oh, that crazy one, yeah. Bro.
Y'all can keep talking. My bad. I was looking for it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of mad that didn't happen when me and Nora were there. I would love to see that crazy. With nothing crazy happened when we were there. It was normal as shit. Except for the one girl. That's about it.
Who, the one that was going around saying she wanted to be in a freak off?
No, I don't think I was there for that.
They were pouring baby oil on each other.
Hey, Doc called it. You called it. You said it. If he get off, it's gonna be a freak off, big freak off in Florida, right?
Man, that's what's gonna happen, man. Diddy but finna throw the biggest party for the summer, man. It's crazy. Diddy never even made good music and he got off. This is crazy, man. Free R. Kelly.
You ain't gotta make good music when you own all of it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to have paramedics. People gonna be busting their ass on baby oil.
For sure, for sure. Well, King K is gonna be a month before you come back. We hope that you go handle business. We'll miss you. What's your final thoughts?
Y'all will see me soon. I'll be back in August. As always, it's a good show. Me and Enzo didn't have any disagreements this show, so I'm gonna say it was pretty good.
For sure, for sure. Well, Enzo always give good feedback. Enzo, what's your final thoughts?
Man, biting off my style, saying it's always a great episode. No, it's all good. Yeah, it was a great episode, King. Respect. Good luck out there with everything you got going on. Diddy, sorry, is free for the moment. We'll see what happens with that. If he does walk, all I'm gonna say, this is not financial advice. Everybody go invest in Johnson & Johnson and Astroglide. I guarantee you'll make money off it. That's all I'm gonna say.
For sure. Dot, what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is my new delve into social media has shown me, hey, people, you could disagree with somebody. Y'all can disagree, and it doesn't have to go to a place of disrespect or, you can disagree with somebody and it not go into disrespect. People are crazy on the internet, man. So I just, we all got to be here together. We all Americans. So let's disagree, but also, look out for each other.
For sure. Well, Doc, that's what the new party is all about. That's what we built on, about having constructive conversations in a respectful way. Everybody got different philosophies, different ideologies. The big, beautiful bill It doesn't seem to be working. Elon Musk attacking it, so we'll see what happens. Diddy is just wild. I think Diddy go get off, like I said, at Carnival Cruises. I'll be back on there, so y'all better not be on no wild stuff when I come on there, or I want all my money back. Man cave.
All right, so what I want to say tonight. All right, big beautiful bill. You know what? America's in a crazy spot right now, and it seemed like a lot of people liked a lot of other bills, and they liked them, and we're here where we're at. So I guess liking the bill don't mean shit, right? So the fact that people hate this bill might mean that it's a good thing. We just have to see what happens with the big beautiful bill. Carnival Cruises, I think they doing the right thing. I don't have the money to own a bunch of ships, but if I did, I wouldn't want niggas running around fighting all the time. So y'all have to think about that point of it too. They destroying your shit. And y'all already know right now somebody was in y'all car, y'all nice car, eating and drinking and throwing shit and drunk and throwing up. Y'all be ready to kick them out. So you can't blame Carnival. We got to stop doing anything and everything, acting up, and then want people to still accept us. We have to have some decorum and know there's a time and a place for everything. And as far as Diddy go, yeah, not financial advice, but Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, one of them. On a serious note, if this bill do pass with this whole Golden Dome or whatever, I would advise, like I said, not financial advice, but I would advise y'all to see what company is going to be involved in building this and putting y'all money there. Maybe Lockheed or Martin or somebody. All right, Man Cave.
All right, I'm play the outro.